You know, in the entire long history of English football, we've seen some incredible achievements. But today, we're looking at a kind of perfection that's so rare it had literally never happened before. So let's break down what made one particular month for Arsenal absolutely perfect.
I mean, that sounds almost impossible, right? To be the first team in history to do anything in a league this old? That's a massive claim. But believe it or not, the stats back it up. Arsenal pulled off something in a single month that no other team ever has.
So what does that even mean, a perfect month? It's a great question, because perfect is a word we throw around, but in football, it's pretty much impossible to achieve. This wasn't just about a winning streak. It was about a really specific and incredibly difficult set of things they had to do. Let's get into it.
It all starts with this number right here, 6. That's 6 massive games all crammed into one month. We're talking about a completely relentless schedule that would test any team's fitness and mental strength. Just getting through a month like that is tough enough, let alone dominating it.
And they didn't just get through those 6 games, they won every single one. And look at this list, this wasn't an easy run. You've got European competition with Olympiacos, tough rivals, and they even took apart a powerhouse like Atletico Madrid. A 100% win record in a month this packed is amazing on its own.
But here's where the story goes from just being impressive to something truly historic. A perfect winning record is one thing, for sure, but that's really only half of the equation. There's another piece to this puzzle, and it's arguably even harder to achieve.
And that other piece is this number, 0. This is the other side of perfection. It's about what they didn't do. And honestly, this is the key that unlocks this whole piece of history.
0. That is the number of times the ball went into the back of Arsenal's net. For 6 straight games, their defense was just an unbreachable wall. Seriously, think about that for a second. Not a single slip-up, not one unlucky deflection, not one moment of magic from an opponent could get through. So let's look at that list of opponents again, but this time, just look at the defense. 0 goals let in against Olympiacos, 0 against West Ham, 0 against Fulham, Atletico Madrid, Crystal Palace, and Brighton. 6 games, 6 wins, 6 clean sheets. Incredible. So you've basically got these two sides of the same coin. On one side, you have a flawless attack, scoring enough goals to win every single match. And on the other, you have a defense that is just impenetrable, giving up absolutely nothing. Plenty of teams have had a great month doing one of these things. But to do both at the same time, that's what makes this a first.
So there you have it, the recipe for history. It sounds so simple when you lay it out like this, but it is just brutally hard to actually do. Step 1, play 6 or more games in a month. Step 2, win every single one. And Step 3, don't let in a single goal. That's the formula.
And that gives us our official definition. This is exactly what Arsenal did, making them the very first team in the entire history of the English top flight to hit all of these incredibly high marks. And here's what that perfection looked like in the actual results. You can see both sides of it in every scoreline. It wasn't just one way of winning either. They had dominant performances like that 4-0 smashing of Atletico, and they had those gritty, tough 1-0 wins that you really have to grind out. You know, an achievement like this doesn't just happen by chance. It has to be planned. So naturally, you have to look at the guy in charge, right? The source puts the question out there. With the historically perfect month, is Mikel Arteta basically a lock for Manager of the Month? It's pretty hard to argue against it.
And that kind of leaves us with a really interesting question to think about. We all know winning trophies at the end of the season is what really counts. But is there something special about a run like this? A short, untouchable moment of absolute perfection? Maybe it's one of the clearest signs that a team has reached its absolute peak. What do you think? Thanks for tuning in.